wind came up and blew across the ocean, and a wave rose up and became the old man. Up he rose, and he was a man among men as a wave among waves. Starting small, he looked all about him at those who were large, and he seethed, and he worked to become as large or larger. He moved like the bigger waves, talked like the bigger waves, challenged the bigger waves, and he grew, and he grew. Do not be fooled. There were choppy times, very choppy times. There were obstacles against which he crashed and nearly collapsed. There were times when the wind died down and he rode gentle and heaving and listless across the ocean. There were times of great excitement, things he saw and things that saw him. There were companion waves and waves that rolled into and swelled him. There were rival waves and waves that rolled into and flattened him, and always he rolled on and through. Smaller waves came to him, and they rippled against him, and they rippled with him, and in them he found himself truly. He mentored them, coached them, berated them, praised them all into becoming more than what they were, more than what they believed they could be. They grew, they were strong, he was proud. When the maelstrom came, the old man wave did not rush from, but to it. He should have been pulled under 100 times, but instead he was picked out of the arms of it and rolled back and away. It would have been a mercy to be sucked down. To survive an insult, was he not worthy? This he told himself, shut himself against any other thought. He needed that focus to stop him remembering the waves that had gone with him at the maelstrom, big and strong, and they believed in him, and they went down and did not return at all. He was lonely sometimes. After the maelstrom, he was lonely even when surrounded by waves. They wanted so much to believe in him because he had survived where so many had fallen. He would roar at them, rebuff them, lash out, and still they came back for more because he had survived where so many had fallen. They calmed him. He tried again. And the maelstrom returned. And again. Oh, he was good. He was so good. The maelstrom couldn't catch the old man, no matter how hard he flung himself into the arms of the beast. The maelstrom would grow fatter and fatter until it spun itself out, fattened on wave after wave, the energy of the young, and still the old man wave rolled on, crossed the ocean and crossed it again, getting all the breaks, finding himself in the middle of the swiftest currents, welling up. When the skies turned orange, and the birds flew away, and the fish turned every which way, the old man wave knew these things for what they were, put every drop of his being into turning out of the current, away from the open sea, looked for a harbor. He'd find a harbor, promised himself he would, and he would turn into it, even if that meant finding a way to turn against the wind itself. He could. He would. The harbor he found was larger than he'd intended, and the beach only took so much of him. He rushed on, up and up a river, surging brown and noisy up a narrow channel, fish and beasts and plants as he had never seen, never suspected of being. Up he rushed, and every meter slowed him a little, and slowed him a little, and down he drooped, down and down, until he sank into the ocean again. Wave no more. Back in the ocean, he had only a short time to remember himself as the old man wave. There in the ocean he lost himself and came back to reality. Had old man wave lost those who had trusted in him? It had felt so at the time, but now he was ocean, and they were ocean, and he could see how the old man had been blown up for a long, long while, but always had been ocean, through and through. What a waste. He'd sputtered and sprayed over what? Had he been jealous of the larger waves when they were nothing but ocean and he was nothing but ocean? Had he been proud of his power when he was nothing but ocean, and so were all he'd cajoled and flattered and flattened? Old man wave lost himself and sank into himself and wondered idly what it would be like when the flow took over and brought part of him into the maelstrom.